Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the topic Physical Concept of Radiation from the subject Antennas and Microwave Engineering. Introduction. We know that in any wireless communication systems, antenna is one of the most important components. A good design of antenna helps to improve the overall system performance. For example, in case of television broadcast, the overall broadcast reception depends on utilizing a high performance antenna. What is an antenna? Antenna is nothing but a system component that is designed to radiate or receive electromagnetic waves. From this point, it is very clear that an antenna can be used for transmitting electromagnetic waves or receiving electromagnetic waves. Also, an antenna can act as an electromagnetic transducer. We know that transducer is a device which converts a signal in one form of energy to a signal in another form. Thus, while an antenna is used in the transmitting mode, it converts the guided waves into free space waves. What is meant by guided waves? Guided waves are nothing but waves that are confined within the transmission line. Similarly, when an antenna is used in the receiving mode, it converts the free space waves into guided waves. Some basic definitions. First, radio antenna. It is nothing but a structure with the region of transition between guided wave and free space wave or vice versa. In connection with this definition, it is also useful to define two more terms. One is the transmission line, the other is the resonator. Transmission line is a device for transmitting radio frequency energy from one point to another. While transmitting the energy, it is desirable to maintain minimum attenuation as well as the heat and radiation losses should also be maintained small as possible. So in order to achieve these goals, while transmitting, the energy should be confined to the transmission line. That is, the energy should be bounded closely to the transmission line. Thus, when the wave is transmitted along the line, the wave is said to be one-dimensional and it does not spread out into free space. So transmission line or transmission system includes coaxial line, two-way transmission line, hollow pipes or waveguides. A generator is usually connected to a transmission line that produces a uniform traveling waves along the line. What is meant by traveling waves? Traveling waves are nothing but voltage or current waves which propagate from source to load end. For example, when the line is short circuited by a metal plate, what happens? The outgoing traveling wave gets reflected back and these reflected waves interfere with the outgoing waves and form standing waves. So the picture clearly shows that formation of standing waves. In this case, we have three waves. Totally we have three waves. One is traveling from source to destination and another one is moving from load to the source. And here it is said that a pure standing wave is formed only when the two waves, that is the incoming wave as well as the outgoing wave. So both are having same frequency, wavelength and amplitude, and they are traveling in opposite directions will interfere and produce standing wave or stationary wave. So the red wave represents the standing wave. A standing wave has local concentrations of energy. So as we already said, a pure standing wave is produced when the reflected wave is equal to the outgoing wave. It means it should be equal in frequency, wavelength, amplitude, etc. The energy concentrations in such standing waves oscillate. It will be electrical energy for a period of time, and then it will be magnetic energy. So it will be oscillating. The energy concentration, the stored energy concentrations are oscillating with time. Such energy behavior is the characteristics of a resonance circuit or resonator. So the term resonator is usually applicable for any device with standing waves, but it is preferable for devices with stored energy concentrations that are greater than the net flow of energy per cycle. What is meant by a cavity resonator? When there is only one outer conductor, as in waveguide, that is both ends are short circuited, both ends of the waveguide are short circuited, then a cavity is formed within the waveguide and that device is acting as a cavity resonator. So thus antenna radiate or receive energy and the transmission line guide the energy while the resonators store the energy. Okay, so these are the basic definitions we have discussed. So to explain the physical concept of radiation, consider the structure shown in figure. It has a generator, next the transmission line, next the tapered transition. Okay, this structure is divided into three different regions. One, the guided wave or one-dimensional wave. Second, the transition region or antenna. Third, the free space wave radiating in 3 dimensions. Guided wave is nothing but a plane wave, while the free space wave is a spherically expanding wave. This picture clearly depicts that. So the first one is the plane wave. So the basic difference between plane wave and spherical wave is that in plane wave, the disturbance is propagating in a single direction, like a string wave. For example, when a string is fixed at both ends and the string is plugged at one end, what happens? A transverse waves are generated in the string in which the particles of the medium are vibrating in only one direction. So like this. So this is plane wave. So transverse waves are examples of plane waves. And free space waves are spherically expanding waves, and the free space waves are usually light waves. Light waves are the examples for spherical waves. So light waves are produced by a single light source, and such waves are called spherical waves. So during the propagation of light waves, the spherical wave fronts spread out in all directions like this. So the guided wave is nothing but a plane wave and the free space wave is a spherically expanding wave. So next, in this structure, the uniform part of the line. This is the uniform part of the line. So in the uniform part of the line, as we already know, the energy is guided as plane wave and the loss will be very small. Only when the spacing between the wires is small fraction of wavelength. So this is the uniform part of the line. So in this uniform part of the transmission line, the energy is guided as plane wave and the losses will be very small only when the spacing between the wires, the separation between the transmission line is with a small fraction of wavelength. Next, what happened at the right side, right end? Nothing but the transition region. So in this region, the transmission line separation approaches a wavelength or more than that. Okay, what happens here? So this is the region where the separation between the transmission line is approaching a wavelength or more than that. At this time, the waves tends to radiate. The waves tends to radiate and this opened out line is acting as an antenna. And this opened out line will produces free space waves. Okay. Next, what happened to the currents on the transmission line? The current flowing on the transmission line is flowing out on the transmission line and end there. Once the transmission line, the metallic part of the conductor is over, or the transmission line is over, the current does not able to propagate in free space, but the fields associated with the current will keep on going. Thus, the free space propagation takes place. So, as we already know, the antenna can be used for transmitting as well as receiving purpose. So, when the antenna is used for transmitting, the region of transition, that region of transition region is defined as an antenna. Nothing but region of transition between guided wave and free space wave is defined as an antenna. Similarly, when it is used for receiving, the region of transition between free space wave and guided wave is defined as an antenna. Thus, an antenna is acting as a transition device or transducer. So, transmission lines are usually made to minimize radiation, and antennas are designed to radiate energy as effectively as possible. So, this is the requirements of transmission line and antenna. So, there is an analogy made or comparison made between antenna and the human eye. So, like the eye, antenna is transformation device. It is acting as a transformation device and it converts electromagnetic photons into circuit currents. Photons are nothing but small particles which have the capability to travel in free space. Okay, so photons, it is converting, the antenna is converting the electromagnetic photons into circuit currents. But not like the eye, antenna can also do the reverse operation. It can also able to convert the energy from a circuit into photons. Photons have the capability to radiate into space. So thus we can say antenna converts photons to currents or currents to photons. A simple example, consider a transmission line connected to a dipole antenna as shown below. Here the dipole is acting as an antenna because it is launching the free space wave, and the section of open-ended transmission line is called the dipole antenna, and this open-ended transmission line exhibits some of the characteristics of resonator. It means the energy reflected from the ends of the dipole gives rise to standing waves and energy storage takes place near the antenna. So, since there is some energy storage takes place near the dipole is acting as a resonator. Thus, we can say the dipole exhibits the properties of an antenna, a transmission line and a resonator. So, this is the reference, John D. Cross, Antennas for All Applications. Thank you.